Aleksej Pokusevski is an international man of mystery, a fashion icon, and a rookie for the Oklahoma City Thunder. This 19-year-old Serbian is unlike anyone in the NBA. At 7 feet tall, Poku has the handle to put moves on defenders in the open floor to create spaces for nifty passes. And even when matched up against elite defenders like Mikal Bridges, he can use crossovers to get into the teeth of the defense and then make absurd passes back out to the perimeter. Let's see that again. This is a left-handed dart from underneath the rim. How many 7-footers even dream about making this pass? Poku can, because he has an unusual offensive skill set for his size. He can step back into his own three-point jumper, or he can even launch threes off of movement. Poku is skilled, tall, and definitely skinny. He weighs only 190 pounds, which makes him lighter than 88% of all players to log a minute in the NBA this season. As a 7-footer, he's taller than 95% of them. No one is that light and that tall playing today. And in the long history of the league, few measure anywhere close to him. The NBA has always featured players of many shapes and sizes, and Poku is one of a kind. It's exciting to think about what he could become. As he ages into his 20s, he'll gain weight, and his game should mature. Today, in 2021, he's the youngest player in the league after being drafted 17th by the Thunder as a relative unknown outside of scouting circles. OKC fans are already falling in love. Let's explore why. Today in The Void, we're breaking down Poku. Poku's most promising skill is his shot creation ability. He plays at his own pace and relies on deception and hesitations to create scoring opportunities. Tall players who can handle are becoming increasingly common, but not all of them can throw frozen ropes to corner shooters like this. With his height, he's capable of looping passes over the top of the defense with ease. OKC uses this advantage in handoff plays in which he receives the ball on the move, then attacks, whether it's to score inside at the rim or to launch a three-pointer. In this play, he displays an advanced IQ reading the floor to make the right play. From touch to release, Poku had the ball in his hands for only 0.4 seconds. Poku's out there playing hot potato.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
The Thunder already use Poku all over the floor. Sometimes he'll slip screens into three-pointers. And when his pick and pop is covered, he can comfortably dribble into pull-up twos. In isolation situations, he displays fluidity getting into dribble jumpers like this one-legged fadeaway. During this play, he gets Lauri Markkanen backpedaling before the quick pull-up. And here's another handoff to Pokusevski, getting him switched onto a slower-footed big in Kristaps Porzingis. He pulls the ball back for an isolation, then makes KP look silly with the hesitation and then the lefty layup. Right here, Poku receives the ball, then goes straight into a pick and roll and hits the roller with an in-stride bounce pass. There's a world in which Poku's primary half-court role could be as a playmaking hub around the elbow and wing area, attacking the basket when there's an opening. Or he could survey the floor and locate cutters, or simply hand the ball off to other shooters. In perimeter actions, he shows the ability to drive and perfectly timed passes. He's an aware interior passer who can poke his arms through passing windows, and he immediately recognizes lob opportunities. Poku's also comfortable passing with his offhand inside. He can even fake a handoff and then get to the basket for, big-time finishes. Yeah, Poku has this explosiveness in his game. Look at that face! He loves it, and so do his teammates. It's not the only time he's been out to put someone on a poster. There's a flair to his game. He'll throw in slow motion pump fakes and trickery to make room for himself, but he also makes the smart, simple plays like dribbling once to draw the defense in and then flicking a pass. Poku has court awareness to make quick decisions after a rebound with accurate outlet passes to teammates. He'll unselfishly push the ball ahead, and he can also push the pace himself, draw the attention of multiple defenders, and then find an open man. When he's dribbling in the open floor, Poku loves to slam the brakes and then start again to create chances. Here's what OKC head coach Mark Daigneault said about Poku's change of pace.
His pace, these last 10 games or so has been significantly different and more controlled. And one of the things that he's been working on is just kind of hitting the gas, not playing with it side to side, just playing in straight lines, right or left. If the defense cuts him off, then he can maybe change direction. But he's done a nice job of that.
Daigneault's right. Poku keeps getting more comfortable, and he's always been a confident player. He never hesitates to jack deep threes. He's shooting under 30% on the season from three, but at well over 80% from the line, with obvious touch closer to the rim, his three-point percentage should rise as he gets stronger and more experienced. Poku's also useful off the ball as a cutter, displaying good timing and awareness on his moves inside. Excelling off ball is an important component of his his game today since he lacks the foot speed and strength to consistently get to the rim himself. He also needs to tighten his handle to avoid losing control of the ball and making sloppy turnovers. It's not like his game is seasoned, he's raw. He has a long way to go to be consistently productive. But Poku has a next play mentality after mistakes and will get back on defense to make impact plays. He's lean, so he gets overpowered at times on defense, but he shows flashes on the ball that show he can be a problem for opponents. He has versatile on-ball potential with a 7'3" wingspan that he can use to swarm smaller guys, and his reach can make him impactful around the rim. All in all, Pokusevski is passable on the defensive end of the floor considering his current weight and his experience. Let's be totally clear here. Poku has a long way to go. I could deliver you a whole bunch of stats that detail his inefficient scoring over the full season. I could show you a whole bunch of plays of him struggling to score at the rim or not being able to contain his man on defense. But I'm not really sure how much value there really is in doing that when failing and learning from failure is part of the design in Oklahoma City. This season, the Thunder aren't trying to win games, and this isn't a tank job, but they are investing in player development across the roster. It'd be shocking if Poku didn't have difficulties, considering he played in the Greek second division before coming to the NBA. That's a huge leap for any teenager. It's the same leap from Greece that Giannis took. And I'm not trying to suggest that he's the next Giannis, but Poku's skill level at his height is really unusual. And the fact that he's already shown so many impressive flashes is really, really encouraging for his future. OKC threw Poku into the fire to start the season, then he played heavy minutes in the G League bubble, and he came back a better player. Every step, he's improved. And that's a case for a lot of the young guys on their roster. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is blossoming into a star. Maladon is looking like a steal. From Lou Dort to Kenrich Williams, this whole team has a bunch of players who can make an impact on winning teams. Someday, OKC might do a whole lot of winning. They have 34 draft picks over the next 7 years, including 17 first rounders. They're positioned to go out and get any player who becomes available in a trade. And in a way, Poku is symbolic of OKC's upside. The results aren't always there now, but it's clear something special could be brewing, and the future possibilities are limitless. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of The Void, and a special thanks to Dylan Berkey, Ronick Nair, and our entire team for putting the video together. Let me know in the comments, what is Poku's upside? What is the highest level you feel like he can receive? I'm really curious to get some feedback here because there's a lot of split opinions on him from people around the league. And while you're there, please be sure to hit like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends who love the NBA. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a fun day.